Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Let's see, let's get all the excess stuff off screen. But welcome to our Monday night rigmarole and whatchamacallit and hoo-ha's and doo-dahs. I will try to watch both the the chat from YouTube and from Twitch. But welcome to the library. I'm your friendly librarian here. I'm the chief librarian, but I'm not a real librarian. I just LARP as one. So I know it says when it first went live, says we're doing a chat with Ben Thompson and Brian Snoddy, and misspelled his name in the intro, but we did that yesterday, so you can go check that out. It's live. All kinds of fun technical difficulties. We did it at Brian Snoddy's house, and super great, gracious host, and cannot wait to sit down and talk with him some more. Brian's doing all the writing Ben's doing all the writing for their upcoming modules, and Brian's doing all the art. And if you know Brian Snoddy's art, well, you probably love it, because he is an amazing artist. Many people only know him for his old magic art, and I'll tell you what, that man is a phenomenal artist. I mean, he was way better than I could ever be back, in the 90s, but his talent now is just stunning. So look him up, and had an awesome chat with him. We want to do some work with those two here in the future, and hopefully, oh hey, cell phone's light's still on. That's weird. I was using my cell phone to do some looking and staring at things, because my lights over here are on I have like one smart thing in the house. It's a smart plug, so that I could connect all the lights on one side of my office so that I could just turn them on without having to reach over, because that one's up in the corner and stuff like that. And it just didn't connect, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I'll work. But anyways, we've got donations. Well, some donations, some Kickstarter purchases. We'll start with donations. Oh. Had somebody down in the Portland area reach out and ask if we had Firefly in the library, which we've got the core rulebook, but now we have a second core rulebook, which I love to have two core rulebooks of everything. One, if the library goes multiple places, we can send the core rulebook to multiple places. But if we're planning on running it, I like to have multiple, so you can speed things up at the table. So, awesome. But things we didn't have: Echoes of War, Thrilling Heroics for the Firefly role-playing game. Things don't go smooth. Again, something we didn't have. Smuggler's Guide to the Rim, also didn't have in the library. And Ghosts in the Black. So Firefly, Joss Whedon did a great job creating a really cool world. He just kind of pushed it out at the wrong time. I love all the people. I mean, I love Firefly. I love the movie Serenity, but all the people that try to say, oh, this or that, it wasn't supported by, I think, viewership was low, and that was really proven when the movie came out, and it cost $80 million to make, and it brought in $60 million. So yeah, it just hit at the wrong time. Brought in $60 million. So well, I think my headphone died. So anyways, Firefly, awesome world. We'll be able to bring this in to events. See if I can find some people that really want to play the Firefly world, because it is a really, really cool world. And the Cortex system is pretty cool and easy to learn and play. So last week we talked about what's it called, Free League, putting out Cyborg, the cyberpunk rules for Borg, and the very next day, bam, we got the collector's edition of Cyborg in. Feels really... Free League, again, knocking it out of the park. I mean, the shiny purple, it's so shiny. Love this cover. And the interior is jet black too. Horrendous yellow. You go blind. Love this, but yellow is a huge theme throughout this bright yellow is all throughout Borg, but they kept a lot of the, like, here's the list of all the corporations, and it just has that Borg feeling, but in a very cyberpunk way. So super excited to have this. The library backed. I technically backed it, but. And then there was also these. I don't know what these were. I forget what was supposed to come in this. Boop. I gotta clean up my office because I have a whole bunch of the little plastic wrap all over my floor. Let's see. So... let's see. Includes character sheet pad, poster-sized map of Psi, adventure repo, and location pad. So here's our map. Oh wow, that's gold foiled. Well, it's fake gold foiled, but it's. There's a list of your companies, and you got a couple areas that are outlined in gold. Those are the hills. Industries, slums. So these are industries. The pink are slums. And then, oh, this is industry, excuse me. So city, slums, industry, and then hills. So I'm guessing the hills is the wealthy area. Let's see. It's a little poster on this side, and then it's like a quick and dirty module. Oh, and then our location pad. Oh, whoa. 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 Okay. I'm gonna have to dig through this because they all tear off. There's multiple copies of. Oh, that is nifty. Okay, need to see if we can get a digital. I hope I have a digital file of this so that we can print these off to, because you can. The idea is to be able to hand out a location. Sheet to people. Hey there, thank you, man, for about 20 months now. I can't believe we've had this Twitch stream for like 20 months. Thanks for the resub, buddy. And then here's your character sheet. And if you don't know, Borg is super streamlined character classes. So, and this is a lot of character sheets. Awesome. But yeah, we got the location pad, the character sheets, maps, and the most purplest cover ever. Hope the wife is watching with the flashing of purple. She loves purple. And that's all the new stuff we've gotten this week, which, I mean, it's cool because we've got some classic stuff and we got new stuff. Let's just go to get rid of face. There we go. Let's talk about some news. So this first one is I'll hydrate. Yeah, I've been slouching. I've not been doing well with my posture lately. Agua. I would say it in Japanese too, but all I can ever remember is how to say rain, not water. You know. Or in Pashto, I think. Alb. Water. Water is good. Okay. Bank of America downgrades Hasbro stock. Magic's getting greedy. So, this article kind of made me crack up, but there's a lot of truth in this. So, Magic the Gathering might be the goose that laid the golden egg. And if people don't remember, in the 1990s, so early 90s, Magic comes out, and WotC's killing it. WotC gets to the point where like everybody's over ordering everything, and they don't know how to they don't understand how to keep up with the orders basically. So when Fallen Empires comes around, it's the first set that they basically just printed on demand. So everybody that ordered Fallen Empires. So if you were ordering, not buying any of the 30th edition proxy edition stuff either. So prior to Fallen Empires, if you wanted, it got to the point where if you wanted 10 boxes, you had to order 20, 30 boxes. Well, by the time Fallen Empires comes out, Magic or WotC's figuring out the print. But Fallen Empires, mediocre set. I think it gets hit harder than it should. But it's the first set that they did an unlimited print of, basically. And they just printed and printed and printed and printed. And then everybody that ordered, because people would order, they'd order 20 boxes and then put a reorder in for 10 boxes, hoping to get enough to cover. Well, everybody got their 20 boxes. Then they got the reorder of 10 boxes and just flooded the market. Fallen Empires was fine. It had some cool mechanics. I think it gets hit way harder than it should have, partly because it did flood the market. I mean, I think Breeding Pit came from there, which it was an amazing card. Goblin Grenade. There was a lot of awesome stuff in there. The Thralls, Sapperling tokens, all kinds of really neat things. But anyways, Fallen Empire floods the market, and they get tons of product sent back to them. And WotC nearly tanks at that point. So they had to figure out, okay, here's what we were doing wrong. We thought we corrected it. We made it worse. How do we fix this? And it was just being more transparent with the stores. So WotC nearly killed themselves medium early on because they flooded the market with a set. Well, Bank of America is downgraded Hasbro stock because last year WotC made $1 billion. Magic was doing gangbusters. D&D has been killing it, but they moved them from a buy to underperform because they are pumping stuff out for Magic, and with that, you're going to see changes in Magic, but you're also going to see changes within D&D as well. And with that, when the 500-pound gorilla or elephant or whatever ginormous animal in the room, and everybody else is squirrels and chipmunks and ants and whatever, when something upsets the giant in the room, it makes waves with the industry. So please pay attention. Support your local game stores. Because a lot of local game stores can be very dependent upon Magic, especially selling Magic, selling singles. But go in there, buy role-playing games, try to support your local stores. I'll read some more of this. So, although it seems Bank of America's positive diverges from the average player, according to CNBC, the biggest concern of B of A is that where they'll land. Analyst John Haas said he he was concerned by the company's decision to release the 30th anniversary set that includes 4 booster packs for $1,000. Here's the thing. They could have done the whole 30th anniversary thing, just printed it and released them in $1,000 bundles. People would have bought it. But releasing $1,000 packs, you're like, oh, you get 4 packs, and you don't know what's in it. Oh, yeah. However, Haas's position that the reprints hurt the secondary market, they won't. Since the pack includes cards from the reserves list, and they won't hurt the secondary market because the backs. They'll hurt the secondary market for about 6 months, and then the secondary market will rebound. And the secondary market is the reason why Magic hasn't been pushed online. Ty Pulsar says 30th anniversary screams Hasbro mandate. And he says Mark Rosewater Otters obviously is not happy about it. I absolutely believe it is a WotC thing over a Hasbro thing. Hasbro has been very hands-off with WotC for the majority of things. I think WotC was wanting to do something really cool for their 30th anniversary, because they didn't do anything super awesome for the 25th. A bunch of the artists did an awesome 25th anniversary art book, which was great. Yeah, and as Lackey says, the $1,000 boxes, which is just 4 packs, is a minor blip. And will the 30th anniversary reserve list reprint things hurt the secondary market? Yes, but for only just for a few months. And Lackey brought up something that they don't really cover in here. There are 42 SKUs for Magic the Gathering in 2022. People say WotC puts out a ton of D&D, but they don't. They just are making announcements ahead of releases, so they're really good at announcing things and keeping D&D within the zeitgeist and the news. And hats off to them. They have figured out a release schedule. It's not nearly as bad as people think. It's just they have figured out a way to keep D&D in gaming news. But Magic, just a couple years ago, Magic didn't have 42 SKUs a year. You'd have a Commander thing. You'd have 5 sets or 4 or 5 sets a year, and then maybe 1 or 2 like specialty things. Now they're just pumping things out because we've got the Unset, we've got the 40K Commander stuff. I think there's another Commander thing, the 30th anniversary. They're just pumping things out because they truly think they could just make tons of money, and there's going to be fatigue. And tons. They're kill. Like, I liked the secret lairs, but there's a new secret lair like every effing month now. They're like, hey, here's a secret lair. Here's this and this and this, and it's like, oh, time out. Like, secret lair was a cute idea, but once a quarter a secret lair, not every freaking month. Or I think I got emails like about there's like 3 secret lairs or something going on right now. I'm like, oh my god. And if you want to order the foily version of all of them, it's like $700, and you're just like, oh. And then you have to wait months down the road for it to come in. It's pre-orders. So there's 6 secret lairs going on right now. Jesus criminy. Yeah. See, and this is the problem. So this is going to hurt WotC as a whole, and then with this, so I didn't care that Bank of America downgraded Hasbro. They'll survive that. The whole point of this was to talk about how the largest company thinks they're doing the right thing, but they're oversaturating, and all the small and mid-tier size companies, Kickstarters, everything, the one-offs, they're all competing for all of those dollars that are going, because there's a lot of crossover between Magic and role-playing games. Even Magic's going to start eating into D&D if they keep this up. It's just not a good thing. So if you work for WotC and you're out there, slow your roll, kind of reel it in a bit. You're going to hurt the entire industry, and it's going to really, it's going to hurt the company and WotC as a whole. And Magic the Gathering, I don't want to see go away. It's a fun game. It plays everywhere. It's fast. I don't want to see D&D go anywhere. And I don't. Last time a company that owned D&D went under, it took the entire industry with it. So I just got 3 of the 9 from August Super Drop last Friday. Yeah, August. Really? You got them? That's September, October, November. It's 3 months. Yeah. Yeah, I did a super drop for one of their secret. I stopped keeping up with the secret lair stuff because they just keep hitting me. And I'm like, I'm kind of done. But brace for impact. I think WotC thought that they were in a far better place. They're just pumping out so much Magic, and the problem is. The 30th anniversary thing, definitely not. I mean, it's a dumb product. $1,000 for 4 random boosters, so stupid. It's so much that you're going to drain the wallets of people that are trying to support the industry as a whole, and it's coming at a time when a lot of people are really tightening their wallets. So you could see a lot of small local stores just be inundated with tons of product. So I guarantee summer of next year, you're going to see boatloads of the stuff that they're pushing out over the next few months just sitting there. Because when it comes down, nerds will continue to buy product when they're broke. But when it comes to, do I pay my electric bill or my internet, or do I buy Magic cards? The electric bill and the internet will always win out over Magic cards. We joke that it's cardboard crack, but it's not quite at that level. Heat and internet always beats out cardboard crack. Oh, okay, let's go. WizKids. So this is a neat pre-order. I'm always torn on pre-order stuff. When it's something like this, it's a product from a company you know what you're going to get. It's not like a video game where you're pre-ordering to get, special skins, and then the game comes out and it has a 15 gig day one patch, and you're just like, oh, you shipped me a game that doesn't work. So this is, it's $60. It's from WizKids, and it's the Mimic Colony. I'll be honest, I love this one. See, so you got a Mimic Chester drawers, Mimic chair, Mimic table. That one is awesome. Mimic flower plant, Mimic keg, Mimic bearskin rug. I think this one's my favorite. The classic Mimic chest. I think yeah. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 miniatures in there. I want to make sure that's so. Pre-order item will not ship until the product release date. Pre-order, so yeah, we get that. Yeah, it's 7 items. So the chest, the barrel, the table, the flower pot, the chair, the wardrobe, and the bearskin rug. I love that. Yeah. Mimics for every occasion. Yes, you are right. And that's kind of what their idea. It's the Mimic Colony. You can throw mimics everywhere, and I adore it. The only thing that could have made this like way cooler is if the 7 items, if they would have released miniatures of them in their normal form. So you would have had a normal chest and the Mimic chest, a normal barrel, Mimic barrel, the bearskin rug, Mimic bearskin rug. I think that would have been stupendous if they would have done that. Hey there, Cujin. So Lackey points out that the D&D SKUs in 2022 is 19, and the Pathfinder 2nd Edition SKUs in 2022 is 26. So Magic is just throwing stuff out like mad. D&D, 19 is more than one a month. It's a year, one a month plus 7. So, it's 1.5 a month roughly. and that's really not that much for as big as D&D is. Pathfinder 2nd Edition this year, 26 SKUs. And when a few months ago, when we got all of 1st Edition Pathfinder donated to us, I didn't realize how much stuff there was for Pathfinder 1st Edition. I was overwhelmed. My face was tired after holding books up and reading the names. It was like, and another, and another, and another. I'm like, oh my God, it's still going. That was like a 2-hour stream of just me holding up books out of the back of my SUV going, look at what I have. Starfinder mimics would be awesome. So, Coriolis is a sci-fi RPG from Free League, one of our favorites. I don't know if anybody Topolster says he remembers the Pathfinder stream, and I don't know if anybody will forget that, but I have a feeling a lot of people may have fell asleep during that. Coriolis is pre-order for their new Wake of Icons. It's the third part of their Mercy of Icons campaign. And Coriolis, it comes from Free League, so I keep saying Free League hasn't put out a bad thing yet. Pretty silver cover, purple cover. Woo. Yeah, during the Pathfinder stream, you could actually see it was getting it was getting dark as I was doing it. You could watch the sun go down. Yes, Coriolis. You can, if you've gotten into the Mercy of the Icons series. This is the Part 3 Wake of the Icons. They've just put it up for pre-order, and if you've not played Coriolis and you're into sci-fi stuff, good game to jump onto. Let's see, Paizo. This is their Starfinder Interstellar Species is almost here. So, the newest evolution of character classes able to transform their body to overcome any challenges. An in-depth look at 25 fan-favorite playable species, all with exciting character options, including feats, spells, and innovative gear. Tools for creating your own playable species, including their appearance, culture, and abilities. A vast gallery of versatile NPCs like assassins, explorers, investigators, and star athletes, each ready to be included in any campaign. So, awesome new book coming out for Starfinder. I really need to sit down and play this. I say that, but I sadly probably won't, because there's a lot of people that already play this. I have a million other things that I probably need to learn for the library. But if you like Starfinder, this actually looks super cool. I'm really excited for it. This was announced last week. So, when is it coming? Yes, it said in the chat, says Interstellar Species seems to be advanced race guide for Starfinder. And that's exactly what it seems to be. And as I get the hiccups all of a sudden, it adds some really cool stuff. I love the idea of adding how to create your own race, because you're in space. Why not create your own critters? So, the reptilian guy here taking selfies while the fight's going on behind him. I don't know if he's supposed to be a reporter or if he's just taking selfies. I think he's supposed to be a reporter on the scene, but just so, let's see if it tells. So, print edition is $45. PDF is be available Wednesday for $20. So, I'm pretty sure that your local game store will have this very soon. So if this is something you're interested in, hit up your friendly local neighborhood game store. Let's see. R. Telsorian announcing the Cyberpunk Edge Runners Mission Kit. R. Telsorian is thrilled to announce the Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Man, that is a Cyberpunk Edge Runners Mission Kit, a tabletop role-playing game starter box set in Night City, as shown in the hit series Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So, the missus and I have been watching the Cyberpunk Edge Runners show on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. 80% sure it's on Netflix. I don't know. We only have Netflix and Amazon Prime, so I borrow other people's accounts. Yeah, okay, it is on Netflix, and really have enjoyed it. The characters are super cool. When the character dies off, you're just like, oh, I didn't want that character to die off. Like, I kind of got attached to that character. So this is super awesome. This will allow you to play, use the Cyberpunk Red rules and play within the 2077 era video game based on the cartoon. And it's awesome because every time I love it watching it, because when the cartoon comes on in the beginning, it's like, based on the world created by Mike Pondsmith in giant letters. And it's like, oh, that's awesome. It's like, it really makes me smile, like that these awesome people that have created these great worlds some are getting recognition through, other mediums, besides just Gary Gygax. Because everybody knows Gary Gygax's name. Not enough people know people like Mike Pondsmith. So, where is it? I gotta find out where it's gonna be sold. Well, we will keep track of their website, and Studio Trigger, the company that's making the people that are making the Cyberpunk Edge Runners cartoon, good studio, and man, have done such a good job of like really drawing you into that world. And I'm really hoping that it drives sales of stuff like Cyberpunk. So, and we'll be, when we're at PAX Unplugged, we're sitting down to chat with the R. Telsorian people, but they have some people that are going to come in and run some Cyberpunk and Witcher games at the library tables. Always love working with the Pondsmiths and the R. Telsorian crew. Great folks over there. WizKids, they're doing the Pathfinder Battles Impossible Lands. So, check out the final 6 new box sets that support the upcoming release of the Impossible Lands this November. So, you got the Murkdari Bestiary 1. Oh, so check it out. And we're only going to show you one in this WizKids article. Check out the final 6 box sets, and they only share one. But the minis actually look really cool. WizKids, like the WizKids models are done to a price point. They're not as awesome as the minis you're going to get and sit down and paint, but you can pop them open. They're good quality models that are all pre-painted, and they're good enough for 99% of the people out there. Unless you're that person that wants to sit down and paint your minis how you want them to be, the WizKid models are going to knock it out of the park for the vast majority of people. So, we speaking of R. Telsorian and other games, if you're going to PAX Unplugged, you can sign up. Oh yeah, let me actually go there right now. Let's see, PAX Unplugged RPG Free Play Community Game Scheduler. So you can see what is this is your Conan Adventures. So you can see the seats are, you got 3 people with 2 open. Let's see, Never Going Home. Ooh. Traveler, the Mongoose Edition. Well, that's the more recent Traveler. That is full. Another Conan. Victoria C wanted to make sure those seats were full. Like, no, they are ours. I like that. Dark Places and Demigorgons. Oh, geez, yeah, there's 51 entries, and it reminds me, I gotta get, there should be 53 entries tonight, because I gotta get Lackey here, the 2 Star Wars ones I'm going to throw down. I just have to debate how many seats I'm going to try to have open. I meant to have those to you the other night, Lackey. You can poke me in the eye when you see me next. Okay. Ooh, Atun Cthulhu. I like Atun Cthulhu. I'm a big history nerd, and my focus in college was like just after World War I up to, the 1950s. So if it's in that period, I get like extra geeky. And it's Cthulhu based in World War II. 25 of the entries are ours. Nice. So we are sharing we share a space with other tabletop gaming stuff that's going on, but we are the main attraction in that room. There's nothing more attractive than boatloads of books. Let's see. Friends of the Library doing their graphic novel Cyber Symbiosis. They have their own game based in this world, and this is a graphic novel for it. They're almost at their 4,800 with 10 days to go. So it's a neat world. Really, I enjoyed playing in it, and get a graphic novel with some stories to go with the RPG that you can run. And I know they're going to work on some modules and the like here in the future based upon the graphic novels they're doing. Let's see. Unglorious Necro Fantasy. We've talked about this one a few times. I wish we had the funds to back this, because there's so many things about this one that just makes me super excited. You have the Necronomicon. There's so much about this just makes me smile every time I look at it. I wish we had the funds, but we've got to make sure that we're smart with our funds for the next year or so. But they are doing well. They have 8 days to go. And if you want to back them, they're doing great. So they have a ton of stuff open. The back. This is the front of the Necronomicon, and the back has the butt on it. Oh my God, this makes me giggle every time I see it. Why do I have to go away. I'm gonna put money I can't afford on it. Let's see. Gene Funk 2090, Dark Forest. So they're just over the goal. They got 24 days to go, so they have funded really quick. They're from Saskatoon, Canada. Saskatoon is in Saskatchewan. My father-in-law lived there for a while, And he said he got really bored of seeing moose. I was like, what are you taking pictures of? He goes, moose. And he goes, if I take another picture of a moose, he goes, I'm going to freaking go bonkers. So it's a middle kind of middle of nowhere, kind of flat, and there are a lot of moose from what I understand. So let's see. Gene Funk 2090, a biopunk cyberpunk RPG setting made using the D&D 5e open gaming license. So it's a 5e based system. Players take on the role of elite mercenaries that specialize in investigation and violence. No magic or fantasy, but tons of cybernetics, genetic enhancements, nanobots, drones, hacking, androids, and high-tech gear. And it looks like the 2 extra arms is like you don't see it right away, but then it's like, wow, that's really creepy. The art is really good. That is like a baboon skunk. I don't know what it is. That's a porcupine leopard or jaguar. Oh, that's creepy. There's a lot of creepiness in this. I like it. Okay, Shadows of Korea. Let's see. So, $15 gets you the Spartan Dark Forest PDF, so the Dark Forest PDF. $22 gets you the Dark Forest and the Core Rulebook PDF and the Shadows of Korea PDF. $50 gets you the Dark Forest PDF and the color hardcover Dark Forest book. $53, the OG upgrade, gets you the Core Rulebook PDF, the color hardcover Gene Funk 2099 Core reprint, or Core Book reprint, the 2023 reprint. $87 gets you the hardcover of Gene Funk 2090, the reprint, the Dark Forest book, and the Core book in PDF, and the Shadows of Korea in PDF. They have a lot of, wow, there's a lot of different. So you see, and I tell people, like, if you have multiple books and you can do a reprint, offer them as a way. Or if you, I get frustrated when people won't do stuff like that, because it offers a bazillion ways that people can jump in. And if somebody sees, oh, Dark Forest, oh, this is cool, oh, it's an add-on to a game I don't own. Make the core book available every time you do a new freaking game. Please, people, learn. So, retail copy, so tons of stuff, and it's a really cool looking world, and apparently this is their second expansion for it, so they've been doing well, and they're just over their goal with 24 days to go. Let's see. Itza's Guide to Dragon Bonding, a D&D 5e supplement. So these are the gentlemen from Mexico that I chatted with in Canada. Roundabout way of getting to someone that lives south. I had to go north to meet people that live south of me. And I know that these guys are they're trying to put together a gaming convention in Mexico, or in and around Mexico City. And man, hats off to them. They want to figure out how to get the library down there, but I don't know if it's a good fit for them. Just have a couple of gringos come down with a ton of books and go, hey, RPGs are good. I think it'd be better off if they can find a bunch of local game designers and stuff that can really flesh out what they're doing. If I can, I would love to be able to support them in some way, shape, or form. I want to see more people, because Brazil has really latched onto role-playing games, but like the rest of South America, Central America, and Mexico, and I mean even go to like Puerto Rico in the U.S., not a lot of role-playing is done, and I want to see more of it. So I love what these guys are doing, and they're putting out a pretty cool product. So here's what's inside: rules for bonding and adventuring with dragons in your party, mechanics for aerial dragonback combat. That's cool. 3 new formidable dragon classes: Dragon Hunter, Dragon Herald, and Vala Adept. 6 fearsome dragon broods. 8 new subclasses, 14 intriguing race options, 50 plus terrifying new monsters, 50 plus sizzling spells. So, and then they've got add-ons and stuff. Let us see. $25 is you get the PDF, and so you get the PDF, digital PDF, and any future erratas, all stretch goals, and an introduction PDF as well. $60 you get a hardcover book. $85 you get the PDF, the core hardcover book, Itza's field notes, the draconic character sheets, introduction, and all stretch goals. Retailer deposit. The $140 core box is digital PDF, the core hardcover book, the field notes, the character sheets, the 6 D20 dice, monster reference cards, 50 of them, Vala and Draconic spell cards. So that would be, looks like this. This might be the deluxe box, which is the deluxe hardcover book. Okay. The Draconic character sheets, each of the field notes, Draken's Brood 6 D20s, monster reference card, Draconic and Vala spell cards, art book, Fungal Sharp Edge dice set. Okay, that's the dice here in the middle. GM screen, 12 posters. Oh, that's a lot, honestly. So, and then do a pretty good job of, I always like, what are the savings? Well, I do kind of have to giggle at the price for the PDF is $25. Your savings is $46. Oh, wait a minute. Is this in... Oh, it's in USD. Okay. So their little chart here is a little... Their chart there was a little out of whack. Where'd it go? Yeah. Unless the book down in Mexico cost them $131. But they've done a really cool job of bringing in like Western dragons, mixing in with a lot of like Aztec and South American dragons, and kind of doing a really good job of mixing a lot of cool lore together. And bringing in a lot of new, interesting things as well. So I'm excited for these guys. They were super nice dudes, and want to support what they're doing very much. I need to get a hold of them. And get them to send us some books. So it is a pretty book. The cover. Well, I mean, their art in general is stunning. Let's see. Monty Python's co-curricular medieval reenactment program. It's not an RPG. 3 days to go. They're at 1.7 million. I wanted them to beat the Avatar, but here's the really cool thing: if you do the physical back, they have a coconut dice roller. So this was just added in last week. Coconut dice roller for every physical reward. So if you backed it at a PDF, you don't get it. But if you back it at a book level, it's the co-curricular medieval reenactment program. A role-playing game. No, it isn't. It's only a model. So then they've got physical versions of... So it's backgammon, but it's with Monty Python characters and cows. Let's see. $25 gets you the PDF. The $65 gets you the Sensible Middle Class Edition, which that's the Sensible Middle Class Edition. And custom dice set. $95 gets you the Public School Bundle. Public school in the UK is different than public school in the US. And it gets you the Public School Edition and the custom dice. $110 gets you the Sensible Middle Class Edition. Head of Enlightenment screen, or Head of Light Entertainment screen, merit demerit token set, and custom dice. So there's the custom dice. There's your merit demerits. And is there a picture of this? Better pictures of the Fetch la mouche. And no picture of the... Oh, there's your Head of Light Entertainment screen. There's your GM screen. And there's a bunch of different heads you could put for the GM. I love this. This is great. It is very Monty Python. In My Day bundle, you get the Public School Edition, the Head of Light Entertainment screen, the merit demerit tokens, custom dice. Not at all Sensible Middle Class bundle. You get the Sensible Middle Class edition, Fetch la Vache, Head of Light Entertainment screen, and more. The Upper Class Twit bundle, Public School Edition, the Fetch la Vache, my French sucks. Head of Light Entertainment screen, blah blah blah, and then the shop owner tier. So you can get 10 of the dice sets, 10 of the Middle Class Edition for $375. So that is not bad at all. If you have a store and want to back this, 10 copies should probably go a long ways, and you'll get the 10 dice sets and 10 of the standard core book, which I'll be honest, I want both editions, because this is very Monty Python gag on screen. This is very Monty Python overall gag, how we're going to do like a DVD cover or whatever, VHS box cover. Let's see. Two 5e tabletop adventures, same art. This cracked me up. They have 16 days to go. They're over their $600 goal. But I love, they were like, we're doing two adventures, but we're using the same art for both. Get all the money out of your art that you can, I guess. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and sometimes it sparks 16,000 different words. That was the premise that created this project. We purchased dozens of art pieces by renowned RPG artist Dan Spencer and handed them over to a couple of writers and let the art drive the creation of two awesome 5e adventures. This is kind of the opposite way adventures are frequently designed in tabletop industry. And I was just talking about this with Brian Snoddy and Ben Thompson yesterday, because I told them they're coming at things very differently, because you have a writer and an artist that are coming together from the get-go to make things, and they're both throwing ideas out. Brian will have an idea that fleshes out a story, then the story drives the art. And I said, occasionally, most of the time you get somebody that writes a project, writes a game, and then goes out and finds art. I was like, but every now and then you get people that get art and make stories and games behind it. And here is one. They bought a bunch of cool art from Dean Spencer, and then handed it over to two different people and said, make adventures. And I think it's a really cool idea. I love that. So for $10, you receive a PDF of a copy of both adventures. For $20, you'll receive a physical copy of both adventures in a single book, softcover format, and PDF copies. For $100, at this level, you get a physical copy of the adventures in a single softcover volume, and you'll be invited to a 4 to 5 hour online RPG session with Josh Heath. You may invite up to 5 friends. Oh, that one's actually kind of cool. So there's 6 of those left. So if you want to play one of these with one of the designers, there you go. But I think this is a really cool idea, and there's some really cool art, and I'm intrigued to see the direction that this goes. Golden Age of Kharas, a psychedelic sword and sandal RPG. A tabletop RPG based on low fantasy gaming, designed for OSR style play with a large group of revolving player. I dig that. I've been trying to get people to play those revolving player games, and that's an idea we have for a future 24-hour stream or something, so that we can do some generations of funds and maybe do a game where as people get knocked out, new players come in. So, what is the Golden Age of Kharas? That the snake around the pyramid is very intriguing. It's a psychedelic sword and sandal setting sourcebook. That is a lot of S's. The psychedelic sword and sandal setting sourcebook, designed for the tabletop RPG system Low Fantasy Gaming. In it, the Kharasian Empire is described, a fictional Bronze Age society made up of a collection of city-states with a shared culture. The world of Kharas is one of the sword and sandal high adventure that takes inspiration from old biblical epics and Italian Pelham films. So, you can be a drone. Key attribute is charisma. See, within Kharas proper, people live lives that will, while comfortable, are often simple and routine. This is in contrast with lands outside of Imperial control, which teem with terrifying beasts and abominations spawned from the evil moon god. Despite these dangers, some Carisians, bored of the monotony, wander into these dangerous worlds on the fringes of civilization or deep underground. Those who return with a handful of treasure and chance for their names to be known for eternity. Still others may be forced to do so. I have the hiccups. Still others may be forced to do so if their life has forced them to seek out rare resources or the magic of the Jinn. It seems kind of neat. You can be a boxer. I want to be a Bronze Age boxer. Let's see, $5. You can be a commoner and you get your name in the credits, but not the game. $15. Name in the credits, access to the Moose Lodge Gaming Google Drive. Moose Lodge is the people that are making the game. Oh, did you see the Moose Lodge, eh? Okay, hang on. Where are they based out of? Rhode Island. So they probably don't talk with that northern accent, eh? Moose Lodge. Never seen moose in Rhode Island. Maine, yes. See. So, for $20, you can be a legendary adventurer. Name in the credits, access the Moose Lodge, and a PDF of the deluxe version. $25 gets you name in credits, access the Moose Lodge, some stickers, and a PDF. $35, name in the credits, access the drive, everything else, and a print copy of the basic version of the Age of Karis. The NC. Name of the credits, access the Moose Lodge, Dreaming Sun button, Moose Lodge Games Golden Age stickers, PDF of the deluxe version, and a print copy of the deluxe version. $75. Name of the credits, and access Moose Lodge stickers, Dreaming Sun button, print of the deluxe version, and a PDF of the deluxe version. $100. And you get an exclusive cover that will never be printed again. The Empress cover of the Golden Age of Karis hardcover. That's kind of cool. 9 backers at that. Wonder if they have what the different covers look like. So, okay, I'll be honest. Their layout's not bad, but little things like the box cutting off the foot. It was on some other things. Like little things like that. It kind of drives me nuts. Don't make your boxes transparent where just like toes go through. It's like when you're taking a picture and you cut people off at the wrists or the ankles or the knees. Just looks awkward. Hey guys, if please go back and like recrop this a little bit or make the boxes where the boxes, because the texture back here stops at this box, but his toes don't stop at this box. Little things like that. I wouldn't be able to read this book. I would just fixate on little things like that, because you could honestly make this not transparent, cut off his toes, like the corner of his toe, or just move him that way, like just a slight bit. Little things like that would drive me back, because here you don't have, the box doesn't have the stuff behind it. Consistency. Little things like that will drive. So anybody that's paying attention to how to do layout, little things like that will drive your readers bonkers, and people will put down books because of stuff like that. That is creepy. I've never thought of a centaur scorpion thing. That is really weird. Okay, I'm gonna continue on. The Spider Palace for 5e D&D, only £4. They were only looking for $1,000. They were at 13,000 with 21 days to go, so they're doing good. It's 5e based. Let's see, £4 gets the PDF version, £15, $18 gets you the paperback print copy. $42, £35 gets you the limited edition hardback. $35, $42 gets you the Infest Buildings paperback pack. $53 US gets you the hardback, the paperback, and the digital bundle. 71 gets you the Infest Buildings hardback pack. And, those are all gone. So, they've been putting out stuff for a little while. They've got a bunch of, so they've got all the maps and everything, and their game. So they've got their 3rd to 5th level adventure with all the maps and stuff. And looks like they're doing okay. If you're interested in the Spider Palace 5e mystery adventure, really happy that more people are doing mystery style stuff in 5e. I think that's good. 12 days to go on Paranoia Perfect Edition, $220,000. I don't know how the last one did, but super excited to see this one doing well. 12 days to go. I really want to see this do well. I've backed this one. Love Paranoia, and I thinking this should fix a bunch of things. I like the cards, also don't like the cards from the last edition. There's some really cool things you can do with the cards, but sometimes cards can be very clunky. The other thing I hope they fix in this is they just go back to the whole silly communist thing, because rooting out terrorists and just accusing everybody as terrorists, it doesn't work narratively as well. I mean, you can just, in your own game, call everybody communist, but in the book you're reading through and you're just like, oh, I don't know, reading out like the terrorist versus the friend computer thing, just doesn't work. It's not as fun as silly as the way Paranoia has been for years. So let's see, we've got the different edition. I actually dig this cover. So there's your Accomplice book. Why is Paranoia the best RPG ever? Why a new edition? God, your first edition was printed back in 1984, and then the last edition was there was the red clearance edition. There was like yellow, ultraviolet. I think the library has a copy of the ultraviolet version. Let's see. Pledge levels: 25 pounds or more gets you the Troubleshooter Trainee. Gets you it in PDF. 45 pounds gets you the PDF and the hardback. 50 pounds gets you the PDF and the Accomplice, both in PDF form. 85 pounds gets you both books in PDF and hardback. The Hero of the Alpha Complex, 125 pounds, gets you the both book in hardback and the official Paranoia computer dice box set, trees and cards and puppet strings. The PLC Quartermaster, 275 pounds, gets you 6 copies of each books. The High Programmer, 400 pounds, is the Hero of the Alpha Complex with a gaming session with a famous game designer. So the really cool thing is this will be backwards compatible with the last edition. So there's add-ons to there'll be card packs and stuff that goes with how this edition runs that you can play in the previous edition. And then you got the I love the security clearance dice. Because if you've not played Paranoia, security clearance colors are a big thing, and having dice of different colors like this could really mess with characters. Let's see. Stroke Reverse. So RPG based upon Bram Stoker's Dracula. They were looking for $5,000 or 5,000 pounds, so just under $6,000. They're at almost $26,000, and they got 62 hours to go. Let's see. For $2, you get a Stroke Reverse role-playing game Quick Start. For $15, you get the Stroke Reverse role-playing game PDF. $48, you get the game book and the PDF. $71, you get the book, the GM pack, and the PDF. $101, you get the Stroke Reverse role-playing game with the exclusive Kickstarter cover, the GM pack, and the PDF. $125, you get the exclusive Kickstarter cover. the role-playing Strokeverse role-playing game book as well. So you get the special cover, the normal cover, and the GM pack. So that's actually really nice, because sometimes it's nice to have the really cool, but you hand everybody else the normal book. You're like, oh, yeah. Let's see, The Hunter. You get the faux leather-bound limited edition rulebook, the Strokeverse role-playing game GM pack, and the PDF, Tales of Strokeverse PDF, Strokeverse Companion, and all appropriate stretch goals. $206, you get the faux leather-bound edition, the Kickstarter exclusive cover, the role-playing GM kit, the 6 metal dice, and a leather dice bag. Oh wow, that one's good. I mean, it's $200, but you get the leather bound and the collector's edition cover. Oh, that's some of the art in this looks great. And it's put out by Nightfall Games. They put out Slay Industries 2nd Edition and the Terminator RPG, which I gotta see if we ever got our copy of the Terminator RPG. So there's the Strokeverse cover. So that's the standard cover. This is the limited print cover, and there's the leather bound one is gorgeous. Okay, that one I really dig, because to be honest, I like the standard cover over the limited cover, but oof, that's cool. I dig that. Oh, those dice are bonkers. Okay, those dice are cool. Okay, just because dice look cool don't mean that they're functionally worth a damn. Because those dice, I would hate to have someone rolling those at the table. Oh, please, people. If you want to buy cool dice that look awesome but just are a nightmare to read, buy them and please don't use them. Just please don't. These are really badass looking, but don't roll those at a table. That leather bound is really, really gorgeous. And the Order of the Dragon pendant. So, some cool add-ons, and I'm assuming that it is D10 based, seeing how all the specialty dice are D10s. And I believe Slay Industries is D10 as well. And I also think that the Terminator game was D10. So, let's see. Gutterpunk, tabletop RPG. They were looking for $500. They're at $2,500. Nice. A cross-dimensional tale where facing the very real and destructive forces of authority are done with magic, music, and attitude. So, being punk. It is funny to see all the punk rockers from back in the day that are very corporate now. I remember Rage Against the Machine in the 90s and Green Day in the 90s, and and now, you hear Johnny Rotten, talking politics, and you're just like, oh, you guys are all so not punk anymore. It's funny. Punk grew up and corporatized. Sometimes utopia isn't what you think it is, or it's getting what you want. Maybe it's the universe giving you what you need. First created, 50 backed. So, looks like it's actually a conformist adversity explicit content. Let's see. $10. You get the core book and PDF, accessible version, core version rulebook. So, not sure what the accessible. I mean, it could be whether it's done in a different color. So, Rift system gamer aid tables, form fillable character sheet. And that should be included basically with if you're making an RPG, make form fillable character sheets. Oh, please. Old school punk. You get the core rulebook and PDF, and then you get the core rulebook, softbound, and PDF, the accessible version of the core book, the Rift Gamer aid tables, and form fillable character sheet. Make an impression. You get the core rulebook softbound. I don't want. I don't see a difference between. Nothing like being immortalized in the actual game. At this level, you'll receive the above rewards, and you get to create a character that... So it's frustrating. On Kickstarter, in the description, there can be things in there that aren't in the included. So the included things are the exact same thing on two pledge levels, but at the make the impression, you get to create a character that will be in the final product of Gutterpund, including a bust of your character based upon your description, created by our talented artist Justine Chavon. And the True Believer is all gone. But gotta love the spirit of punk. It keeps trying to live on. And it looks like it could be a fun little game. Looks like it's actually a completed game, which is always a bonus on Kickstarter. And we're only looking for $500. They're at $2,300 and 20 days to go. So keep an eye out on this one. Adventures in Norwich Inheritance. So 8 days to go. They were only looking for $100. I'm going to use this to call out people that put insanely low. Punk is dead. Long live punk. Exactly. Punk is always dying. Because look at all the punk groups from the 80s and 90s. They're all corporatists now, and backing. They're all wealthy. Except for there's a few that never quote unquote sold out, and then they're almost all dead because they lived crazy hard, super duper, like they were super duper punk. The guy that used to take poops on the stage, I can't remember his name, was shot at a show. But anyways, I get frustrated. Like, hey, we're looking for $100. Like, why are you setting your thing so low? If you're only looking for $100, just throw it onto Drive-Thru-RPG and never tell anybody about it. They're looking for more than $100. They just want to, we're funded, and make it a more oh look, we're funded. We're gonna do good. So I get frustrated with that. But so 9 created, 31 backed. That's a really cool piece of art. What comes with my reward? A 100-page PDF filled with the original campaign setting and many encounters, 25 digital maps, new monsters for players to fight, NPC and monster tokens to use on virtual tabletops, puzzle assets for players can move and manipulate puzzles on virtual tabletop, enough story to play a dozen or more sessions. At a cost, an at-cost print-on-demand code to redeem on Drive-Thru-RPG. So, some decent-looking maps. And I like it when people, like, hey, we're going to do a virtual tabletop thing. Like, build it out to truly support that. So, $12, you get the Norwatch Inheritance PDF, all digital maps and assets, all stretch goals, and the print-on-demand discount code. $45, you get the PDF, all stretch goals, digital map assets, print-on-demand costs, the Dragonair Dungeon Puzzler, Dungeon Drop-Ins, Map Pack 1, one night at the inn, and so they put a bunch of their other stuff. So, because they've done other Kickstarters, see they've got tokens for stuff. So, not bad. And not a horrible price. Okay, those tokens are actually pretty cool looking. I love the dude with bare head. They're super creepy. I don't know if they're supposed to be elves or vampires, but they don't look like they can be trusted. That's a bad place to keep your knife, especially when it's not sheathed. And I don't know what I'd buy from him. Ooh, some nice looking monsters, some cool looking. Ooh, that is actually pretty cool. I have to say I dig it. That's some cool art. So, looks like it is a complete thing. My only frustration is we only want $100. I'm like, yeah. You put it that low so that you could say you were funded really quick, and you're doing well. You're at almost $3,000, 8 days to go. So hats off to them. Hope they get some more stuff in. Also, hats off to people that use the print-on-demand coupons. I dig that. That's a way for people to run a Kickstarter without killing themselves trying to do all the print and everything. Let's see. Too Hot One-Shot. Turn up the heat on your 5e game. A short, spicy one-shot for the world's greatest role-playing game, packed with action-adventure and really hot sauce. So, first created, they've backed one thing. It's from Fireball Forge. Too Hot One-Shot is a 3 to 4 hour one-shot adventure made for 5th edition, the world's greatest role-playing game. Deadlands? Star Wars? No, Too Hot One-Shot uses dice rolling mechanics of 5e to increase the stakes with hot sauce, creating the perfect pressure cooker environment for a fun, fiery game. Influence your character's chance of success in-game by eating spicier and spicier food in real life. We took... That's hilarious. So $4 gets you the basic rules. So basically, as you play, you're eating hot sauce. Okay. I was like, what's the idea? That's kind of funny. Everything above. Basic rules so you can create your own. So $4 gets you the basic idea of how to create your own Too Hot One-Shot. Then you get, for $8, you get that, plus their Too Hot One-Shot. $15 gets you everything with the virtual tabletops. $20 gets you everything above with the thank you and name and thank you section. Then everything above with custom t-shirts for $50. And NPC Easter egg. Create your own character as an NPC Easter egg. So I am always I'm always a sucker for the create your own, add something to this. So neat idea. I really do. I like it because the one chip stuff. Don't want to face the Carolina Reaper. Okay, here we are at the end. Everybody got their Carolina Reaper peppers. It's the Tarrasque. I don't care anymore. It could be a Carolina Reaper goblin, and I'm done before that. I like spicy stuff, but like ridiculously hot, nah, I'm good. I prefer flavor over just ridiculous heat. Brother's the other way. He thinks heat is a flavor. Nope. You have to have good heat good flavor to make it. See, the After from Tales from the Trail, Volume 2. A plot point campaign and second volume of adventures for the After role-playing game based on using Savage Worlds. So Tales from the Trail. So the After came out a while ago. They've done their Tales from the Trail. This is their Tales from the Trail Volume 2. They're not quite. They've got 23 days to go. They've got a little ways to go before they hit their goals. I have seen the other stuff. We don't have any of it in the library, but let's look at. So $16. Should I break out the Iguano radioactive sauce instead? Is the Iguano radioactive sauce tasty? I can deal with hot. I made the mistake of going into an Indian restaurant a number of years ago and make it so hot you can't eat it. And I'm just sitting there just eating in pain. And somebody's like, why are you still eating? Because I'm hungry. It tastes so good, but it hurts. And the cook came out and was like, how you like it? I was like, would you have eaten this? He goes, nope. Okay, so Tales from the Trail 2. $16 gets you Tales from the Trail 2 in PDF. $22 gets you a print-on-demand voucher and the PDF. $31 gets you Volume 1 and 2 and the After, their core book, in PDF. So no print-on-demand for the other two, but you can get a print-on-demand for this one. So it has all the things I like, ties back to their older products, their core rules, and has a print-on-demand edition. So hats off to them. And I have looked at, it's a pretty neat setting that they've built out for Savage Worlds. And I like Savage Worlds, so I will tell you that. The Heist ends in 31 hours. We looked at this one a couple weeks ago. So It is coming out of Cologne, Germany. So it's at that weird area of French Germany. Radioactive is combo of Tabasco, cayenne, habanero. Habanero, they're hot, but they're beautiful flavor. Oh, so yes, Tabasco, not overly hot, but it actually has a decent flavor. Cayenne has a good flavor, and habanero, they're hot, but habanero peppers. I haven't cooked with them in a while, but I used to love cooking with them. Okay, so heist. The story is a hotbed of criminal activity. The city is only a shadow of its former glory. While it once was a beacon of hope and freedom, it now offers great opportunities and serious money to shady people. Why do I have the hiccups every time I start a new story? So, think of a tabletop RPG of kind of Vice City or Grand Theft Auto. See, $11 is the online scam. You get the heist in PDF and then a job for kings. It's their first mission. See, daytime robbery, $16. You get the heist printed booklet and a job for kings printed booklet. The train heist, you get everything in PDF and the printed booklet. So that's $21. And those are your options. I like it when they keep it simple, but I also like it when you get all kinds of cool stuff. We've looked through this. It actually looks kind of neat. It looks fairly unique as well, and also looks not overly complicated. And it's out of Germany. We don't get a whole lot of RPGs out of Germany, so hey, go support some German creators. Yes. I'd like some schnitzel. Actually, oh my god, now I'm hungry. I want to make schnitzel. 41 hours to go for the Cowboy Bebop RPG. They're at over $400,000. They were only looking for 20 grand. I want this to do good because I love the Cowboy Bebop world. I will be digging into this and learning it. I guarantee I'll be playing it. So, $20 gets you the PDF and digital stretch goals. $51 gets you the PDF, the hardcover book, and the stretch goals. $103 gets you the PDF, the hardcover book, 2 dice sets, the GM screen, the printed quick start guide, digital stretch goals, unlocked physical stretch goals, more. $159 you get the Bebop level. You get the deluxe hardcover, the Bebop, or the PDF, 2 sets of dice, the GM screen, the printed quick start guide, 30 poker chips. Sauce links are on our Discord. Let's see. And then the Bebop early bird. I forget what, because I backed this. I don't remember what level I backed it at. Maybe I know, yeah. So I was torn on this one. I love this standard cover. It is gorgeous. But I also love this cover, the collector's edition cover. So I think this is gorgeous, but this is one of those ones like you can be so torn because this cover is super awesome. That is some really good art. They did a great layout with the art that was available, but this is also, I love Spike's ship. That ship is super cool. It's super unique. There's your swordfish dice. Well, so you get 2 sets of dice because you can do the swordfish dice, the Spike dice, the Faye Valentine dice, the Jet Black dice, the Ed dice, and the Ein dice. Einstein. There's your GM screen. Doing it right. Good pictograph with no info on this side. There's your Wulon poker chips. So, I'll be straight up. I love Cowboy Bebop. So I don't know exactly what they're using. Because it's using D6, so I don't know where they've gone, what system they're using for it. But it's I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a D6 system. You have a lot of different ways you can back, and they're doing good. I wish they were doing better, because it is a property that I absolutely love and should have been an RPG 8 years ago. Einstein is a good, smart puppy. I always love that they just chose this. We're going to do a corgi as like a supercomputer. Let's see. See Issue X. 57 hours to go. A solo or multiplayer role-playing game about superheroes and their complicated backstories. So, talked about this one a couple weeks ago when it launched. Let's see. They just are a little over their goal because they are out of the UK. So, they were looking for £1,000, and they're at £1,500. The ideas behind this were kind of neat. To play See Issue X, you choose an arc which asks several questions about what's going on and what your character does next, and use a deck of cards or index cards or macro-enabled Excel character sheet, which I knocked out in my spare time, not me, the designer, to tell you which elements you are available to answer those questions. A blank card is a free space. You can have anything, but once you've chosen it, it becomes that thing forever. The real challenge is telling a coherent story when your options are increasingly constrained. So, there's some really neat ideas behind this that I think could be really cool. Let's see. So, £12 gets you it in PDF. $12 gets in PDF. $30 gets you the PDF and the paperback. $59 gets you the PDF, the paperback, and your character in art. So, there's some really neat things about this, because it is something that you can do as a group or as an individual. You build out your character. Let's see. Somebody said that I saw Wakanda Forever, and I didn't watch it in the theater. The first little bit I thought was great. The very last little bit I thought was cool. Everything in between, personally, I felt was matched most of Marvel's fourth wave or whatever. Lots of flash, no story. And what Marvel's done with a lot of their sequels lately, where they're trying to cash in on something that made the previous one really good without understanding why the previous one was really good. Because I do think the last Black Panther was a little overhyped. Good movie, wasn't 10 out of 10 like a lot of people said. It was like a 7 or 8. Really good for a superhero movie, but not as hyped up as and that happens with some movies. But this one, they really missed a lot of things, and I was Namor. I've always liked the Submariner, and I know that Disney actually doesn't have the rights to use the Submariner in movies, so they had to make him distinctly different, but he was just a really lame villain. And I also thought they picked the wrong person to replace Black Panther. I can't think of her name, the bald-headed lady. She should have taken over instead of the smart girl. Why can I not think of her name also? I'm bad with names. Or his girlfriend, his love interest from the last movie. Say they would have gotten married, and she was now the new queen, and they could have done the story a bunch of different ways. Also, kind of would have liked to have, instead of him dying of disease, I know he died of cancer off screen in real life. Give him a better send off. He dies in a heroic battle or something. And they didn't need Riri Williams. Ironheart was not a well-liked character within the comic books. Her comic never sold really well, and I believe it's been turned off. She just seemed like generic story plot that we threw in. Yeah, and Eric says, 2 things were evident to me in the new Black Panther. The rewrites due to having to write out Chadwick were glaringly evident, and 2, the shoehorning into other properties was ham-fisted. Yes, Riri Williams, and there was a lot of stuff. They were like, oh God, what do? We got to try to set up some fifth wave stuff. So throwing Ironheart in there, Riri Williams, because, the Ironheart was an interesting idea within the comic books. She was a young, super smart person. Tony Stark's kind of dead in the comics, and he's like mentoring her through like his consciousness in a computer. And I don't know how well he'll do with that in the movies. She seemed a little, like he said, ham-fisted. There's a lot of direction. It seems that the Disney MCU is in kind of rudderless. All the people that were doing all the cool stuff that led up to Endgame, post Endgame, they were like, now where do we go? And a lot of I feel a lot of the good writing and everything that was driving that has moved on to other projects, and now they have a lot of, I'll help out, and they don't understand where the movies were and what made those, because there were some good stories that really gave some good driving force that led to other movies. They're like, and we'll put this in because that's going to lead to another movie, or we'll put this in because it was another movie. We got to tie these together, and they're not. They're just cramming things in for the sake of tying movies together without knowing how to tie them together. And sadly, with Chadwick Boseman dying, great actor, had a wonderful screen presence, and yeah, it didn't need to be 2 hours and 45 or 243 minutes long. Yeah. The pandemic had, the last couple years have really messed with a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of movies that were going down one path, and because things got backed up, you now have other people that are jumping onto other projects, or they couldn't do Project B because they were still committed to Project A that didn't get done. So we're going to suffer through a lot of high-budget mediocrity for the next couple years in the movie industry. Thankfully, within like gaming industry, people were still able to do all their creation. Hopefully, we don't see all that mediocrity. But it's gonna be rough for a couple years until a lot of backlogged projects get sorted out. And hopefully Disney stops trying the things that they don't have access to. Like, they don't have the rights to Submariner. Why would you put a reworked, oddball, generified version of the Submariner in? My enemies called me Namor. And it's like, no, it's Namor. And like, okay, there's literally, you're just using a similarity. He has winged feet, and using one of the Submariner's names instead of, and poor Riri Williams, which Riri Williams could be a cool character if they would have fleshed out the character. Yeah, she was just kind of crammed in and wasn't needed for the story. But they were like, we got to launch this character for Wave 5. So, fingers crossed, Wave 5, they figure a lot of things out that they kind of boned in Wave 4. Or if there is a Wave 5. Let's see what's on Indiegogo. Marching Order, Quick and Dirties. A 3-delve collection of solo and co-op RPGs, book series, Marching Orders. Let's see. So we don't cover Indiegogo too often. I got 2 from there. Wasn't really anything new RPG-wise on GameFound. Riri has her own Disney Plus series coming next year. Well, fingers crossed that they get that better. The Disney Plus stuff has been all over the place. Namor, Submariner, he's stuck in the Fantastic Four stuff. No, it's because they own the Fantastic Four things. Submariner, there's another studio, like sub studio, that has the rights to Submariner for another few years. And again, why would you just pick a different villain? Also, Wakanda building a submarine. Wakanda's a landlocked nation. Like, I get that they're like super technologically advanced and stuff, but getting them to build a submarine, Namor was the wrong villain, and they just didn't do him justice. Okay. On to other stuff. So, the marching order, quick and dirties. So these are, you can get all three of them in PDF, you can get the Cyborg Rogues for $8. You can get the physical copies for $12. Retail, you get 10 of them for $65. The all-in goods, so you get the core set, Masters of, a whole bunch of stuff for $69. Be like every YouTuber and just giggle at 69. Oh, Peter. So the three in here is the Return of the Decaying Manus. Headmeister Dunberger needs you to return to the Decaying Manus. Apparently, the new owners and workers have been hit by were-rats. I love were-rats. And causing some problems. Of course, the were-rats see things differently. Pendulous pillaged. The premier wizard, Rotbottom, is on a drunken bender and now spouting prophecy in the town square. Good on him. It's time to see how much stuff you can pillage from his house before he comes back and turns you into something unsavory. Oh, the wizard's over there. Let's go pillage his house. I love it. Protecting Sir Grumford. Sir Grumford is a right asshole, but he's paying good coin. Apparently, he needs some protection as he walks through the red dirt woods. And he's being really vague as to what he needs protection from. Oh, they all sound like great little short adventures. So solo or co-op RPG books. I like this. So $8 gets you a PDF. $12 gets you the physical copies, and then you can do $69 and get a whole bunch of other stuff. You've seen the mysteries from the far realms, and you want it all. The Marching Orders based game box set, the Masters of Onyx Tower Dell, all three quick and dirty delves, the Drink Koozie, all three stickers, the battle sheets by the gods. This is a good deal. You get drink koozies. Oh, drink koozies are silly. Let's see, and then the Ugly Dog presents Adventures of Baby Dale, an epic quest of tiny proportions. Oh, it's a RPG show. Okay. In the Magic Kingdom of hidden away between the Ga and La Mountains, the town of infants trains to become the next great heroes of their generation. This Adventures of Baby Dale. I'm Alexander Herr, a graduate student at Missouri State University, finishing my MFA in dramatic writing. For my final project of the degree, I have developed a live-action tabletop series that will be shot and produced in the summer of 2023. I'm asking for funds and generating buzz about the upcoming project so it can blossom into a professional production and spawn future projects for my company and cast involved. Oh, that's cute. So, $30. I don't know what you get for these. So he's just looking for people to back his live show. Okay. I thought it was actually an adventure, but so you can. He's got 4 backers at $185. Okay. Well, if you want to help this individual make a live show, go for it. See, Humble Bundle. Whew, they've got 3 things on, and I need to talk with everybody to see if we're going to do next week. Next week I'm going to try to do like a gift guide. Does that sound good? Get the pre-Thanksgiving stuff, get some deals out and about so people can go hit up their local game stores. If you run a local game store and you want to reach out and say, hey, this is what we're doing for our local shop local Saturday. If you live somewhere and you have a game store that's going to be doing something awesome on that small business Saturday, hit us up through social media. I'll start pushing some stuff out via social media saying we're looking for game stores that are going to be doing awesome things, and we'll try to, get people excited about supporting their local game stores for Small Business Saturday. So don't spend your money on Black Friday. Go hit up your local shops on Small Business Saturday. It's far cooler. So for at least $30, you get 28 items, and this is all. Aspiring mech warriors, are you looking to jump into BattleTech tabletop armor combat game? Equip yourself with this bundle of over 20 resources and get started on your journey. Let's see. I have plenty of this game in physical, but I am still waiting on a copy of the RPG core book. Yes. So this is all tabletop miniature BattleTech stuff. But the cool thing with BattleTech, if you play the MechWarrior RPG, you can jump into the BattleTech stuff to do all your fights, and all of this fleshes out your. So it's cool because they have the tabletop world and the RPG world, and they really do support each other well, and freaking hiccups. But BattleTech is a cool game world that has been around for 40 years. Whew, yeah. Let's see. The Pathfinder bundle, this is still up for another 2 days. So you get the physical beginner box set, a ton of Pathfinder and Starfinder stuff. We've looked at this a couple times. It is a great value. I still suggest going to your local game store. It is sad that the Starfighter beginner box set is only digital, not physical, but there is a ton of stuff. There are 42 items in there, and one of them is physical, and you can start out at $45. So, and it's $572, $527 value. It is a good value. And then, so this is for $18, at least $18, and so minimum is 18 to get everything, 25, 30, whatever you want to pay. You get a boatload of maps and tokens and stuff. So if you're into virtual tabletops, this is tons and tons of stuff. Frog God Games, fun company to get stuff from, but there's boatloads of stuff for virtual tabletops. I'm thinking about picking this one up because we do a bunch of stuff with virtual tabletops in the library, and so not a bad thing. And let's go over to bundle of holding. If you look across the top here, they've got a boatload of things available. So this is the Weird Frontiers. This is a Dungeon Crawl Classics. So $10 gets you the Weird Frontiers core rulebook and the judge's screen. And then if you go down here, so $21 you get the core book, the judge's screen, and Never Swallow the Worm, Not So Fast Billy Ray, Dig 3 Graves, Malevolent 7, and Nest of Snakes. That ends in 1 minute 20 seconds. Oh! So, let's see. Mutants Power Up. Is this also... I was trying to see... Oh, okay, that was the only one. I thought there was another Dungeon Crawl Classic one. So, let's go to Level Up. This ends in 21 days, so this one just launched. So, for $25, you get the Level Up core books, Level Up narrator screen, Memories of Holdenshire, and Gate Pass Gazette, issue 0. So, Adventure. This is the new Level Up bundle. Presents Level Up, the standalone adventure 5e tabletop fantasy role-playing game from N Publishing. So, I hadn't looked at these before, so I don't know much about these. So you get the 3 Level Up core books: Adventurer's Guide, Trails and Treasures, and Monstrous Menagerie. The narrator screen, Memories of Holdenshire, and the issue 0 of their Gate Pass Gazette. So, not bad to get all of the things you need to play a game for $25. Mongoose Traveler. So we have some Mongoose Traveler that is going to be played at PAX Unplugged. This ends in 14 days. Ends before PAX Unplugged. So $12.95 gets you the core book, the Behind the Claw and Sword Worlds. And then if you go up to $35, you get your core book, the Behind the Claw and the Sword Worlds. But you also get Aliens of the Charted Space, Volume 1 and 2. And a complete Sword Worlds campaign. 2 Spine World Marches source books, the Bowman Arm, the Luna Shield Worlds, and 2 Marches Adventures, High and Dry, Mission of Mithril, and Dunab, the Lost Duke. A recovery mission that turns into Planetary Rebellion. Ooh, that one sounds fun. So $35, you get a boatload of Traveler stuff. The Mongoose Traveler stuff is fairly fun. And then let's go back up. Let's see. The Traveler Great Rift. So if you get the other Traveler stuff, then you can, for $10, you get the Great Rift, and which the last unknown in Charted Space, and the Deep Night Revelation, a grand 28-year trek around aboard a 500-person starship. So this is a self-contained mission all on board of a ship. Pretty cool, actually. Traveler does neat things like that. And then for $35.50, you get these 2 books, plus 6 Deep Night source books, the Rift Siege Transit, Near Side of Yonder, The Crossing, Far Side of Nowhere, Voidshire, and Expeditions. That's 646 pages in 6 books. Then you also get 3 Great Rift Adventures, The Islands of the Rift, Deep Night Endeavor, and Flatlined, another 129 pages. So that is a ton of material for a little over $35. And if you like Traveler, you can get the Mongoose Traveler base stuff, and a ton of other stuff. And then for another $35, you get a boatload more adventures, and you'll be playing everything you need for Traveler for ages. Let's see. Mutants and Masterminds. This goes on for 6 more days. So you get the Mutant Mastermind. Oh, the Deadlands stuff is ended. So if you weren't paying attention, it's gone. So we've got the Mutants and Masterminds Earth Prime. So $15 gets you the Mutants and Mastermind Hero Handbook, Rogues Gallery, and Freedom City 3rd Edition. I really dig Mutants and Masterminds, and it is, if I recall correctly, I haven't played it a ton. So it uses just a D20. So for $15, you get the Basic Hero Handbook, the Rogues Gallery, so dozens of new foes to keep your heroes fighting hard, and Freedom City. So this is your core city, like Gotham, Metropolis, whatever. And then the bonus collection, so you can get everything for $26. You get the Mutant Mastermind Deluxe Handbook. So this is the complete 3rd edition core rulebook. So this is enough to get you playing, and then this is the full core book, the Atlas of Earth Prime, so the World of Heroes, Villains, and Limitless Adventure, and then Hero High. Go ahead, go to the head of the class with these high school heroes, which is, so you want to play like New Mutants and stuff like that. It's a great way to do it. So not bad. So for $26. You get everything you need to play a ton of Mutants and Masterminds, which is a pretty good superhero system. Superhero systems either get too crunchy or too narrative. This is actually somewhere in the middle that's kind of nice, because if you kind of have to go full narrative to play like Superman and Batman together, because if you get crunchy, you can't do Superman and Batman together. And this one actually kind of allows you to do some Superman, Batman, Flash style characters together without really breaking the world. You can do an Iron Man character in here. I dig it. It's pretty good. So, Mutants Power Up. So this is more stuff for the Mutants and Masterminds. So $15. This gets you the Mutants Mastermind Deluxe GM's Guide, the Super Team Handbook. So allows you to really flesh out how to build out the team rules-wise and everything, which can actually be a lot tougher than you think. And the Time Traveler's Codex. So if you really want to take your superheroes through time, like the X-Men movies have done. And this is $15, gets you, the big thing is gets you the GM's book, which is really nice to have. There's a lot of good info in the Mutant Masterminds. This is Green Ronin. Who does Mutants Masterminds now? I thought it was Green Ronin. Well, I didn't want to do that. I didn't do what I wanted. I don't have to look that up. Because I thought it was Green Ronin, but I don't see their logo on anything. Okay, it is still Green Ronin. I just didn't see their logo. Usually, they have a little, their little Green Ronin logo down here in the corner. And that one doesn't look like a Green Ronin logo. Oh, there it is. See, yeah. There's usually that logo somewhere on the cover. Let's see. Cthulhu Confidential. So this one's been up for a couple weeks. So 8 days and 23 hours left to go. So starter collection is $13. That gets you the Cthulhu Confidential, the Howling Fog, House Up in the Hills, one for the money. And then for $26 you get all those, plus the Night's Black Agent Solo Ops, NBA The Best of Intentions, High Voltage Kill, Ex Historia, The Shadows over Washington, DC, not state. And so if you want to play Cthulhu Noir stuff, and this one has been, they re-upped this one, so this one's still going. $8 gets you, so these are all small publishers, so Artifact, let's see. Oh, okay, so going back to the Green Ronin stuff, or the Mutants Mastermind stuff, Time Travel Codex came out during the 20th anniversary, hence the different logo. Okay. That's why I didn't recognize the Green Ronin logo, because they've had the same logo for quite some time. And yeah, they've been doing Mutants Masterminds for quite a while. But this is cool because this is a way to support a bunch of small designers. So just under $24 gets you a bunch of different stuff from all different types of game designers, and there's a variety of games in here. This one's been up, so this one's been up for this is going on its second month now. But I like that they kind of re-upped this one and we're doing it again. Really cool. So a lot of cool stuff. I got some really cool new books. I got the collection edition of Cyborg. Get mesmerized by that purple flashy. I'm gonna trigger somebody's. I don't want to trigger anybody's epilepsy out there. I've got a couple of epileptic friends out there. Got to be careful. Anyways, the library's got some new cool books. There's a bunch of interesting things. Be aware of what's going on with Hasbro and WotC. Just pumping stuff out that could be bad for industry overall. Anytime the biggest company on the block does something, it could be a negative aspect for it has those ripple-on effects. So go out, support your local game stores, and really, if you can, next week, so all during social media, I'm going to probably be pushing something every day for the next week or so, trying to get as much information about, hey, what's your local game store? Are they doing something cool? Let's support, put out the information about your local game store. So really support your stuff. So until next time, I believe we are speaking with Six String Games tomorrow, and I think we put out incorrect information on our guest name. I think we put out Anne with an E instead of Anna with an A or something like that. So I will apologize to her first thing for getting her name wrong in our social media push. But thank you all for tuning in, and the library is now closed.